Hey guys, welcome back to more Motorsport Manager and part 10 of Season 1 of our Force India career in the Ice mod in F1 2017. And yeah, today we have the Belgian Grand Prix in the Ardennes, or Spa as it might be. This is the track where Force India got their first and only ever pole position. And yeah, hopefully we'll have a similar result today. Not much to really update you about. That suspension is still getting built since the last episode. The HQ's coming along nicely. The telemetry centre has been built, and it's only a couple of weeks until the handling development centre, and then we can have a think about what we're going to do after that. So let's get into it. We'll obviously pick that sponsor, tyre selection. I think we might go 663 this week. Simply because I feel like let's just have a quick check of this. I feel like we're going to need some harder tyres for this Grand Prix. I don't really know why, but I just feel like that. Yeah, everything's looking pretty good actually. We'll do that. Seems rude not to. Yeah, that's fine. I think that. Give Perez the best car we can give him. Right, let's get into it, and I'll see you guys at the end of practice and ready for qualifying. So there we have it then, the end of practice. I actually simulated it this time, and we've got Perez up in 5th, Ocon in 9th. So that's probably a bit more representative because it's been simulated. I just thought I'd give it a go. And I don't know, I've never really had the urge to do it before, but I thought, you know what, for this Grand Prix we'll try it. And well, it's given us that and that for Ocon. They're not very happy, are they? I gave them yeah, so we'll go 14. What did he like? He liked a bit more top speed. Well, why don't we just do that? So he's happy with them. Ish. We'll reduce that down just a little bit. Maybe do that. Yeah. There we go. Perez was happier with our setup, so we'll go back to that. But he wants a bit more top speed, which is fine. It's a bit more understeer, so maybe that. And we'll give us a little bit more of that. I don't know, it's a risk, but we'll take it. We'll see what happens. Here we go. Send out Perez first. He can go now. And we'll send Ocon out as well. And put him on auto. And put him on auto as well. So hopefully you guys are good. Still really enjoying this series personally, so hopefully you guys are as well. It really would mean a lot if you could leave that like down below. It really does help the channel, and you know, I'm really hoping to go for a big push in the summer on this channel and try and grow it nicely. So yeah, anything you could do to help me grow the channel would be greatly appreciated. Here comes Sergio Perez then on his flying lap. He has been slightly held up by a Mercedes there. But coming round the first sector, he's not too bad. He's only 2/10 off Hamilton. It is virtually Spa, this track, with a few changes. Let's see how Hamilton does in the second sector. So we're only 4.5 tenths off Hamilton at the moment, which is great with Perez. Ocon a little bit further off, as you'd expect. So Perez goes quickest with a 1:35.1. Hamilton goes a 1:34.4. So we are within 7 tenths of Hamilton. Ocon is a second further adrift, but that's not too bad. You know, over a long lap like this, within 1.7 seconds of Hamilton isn't too bad, and hopefully we'll get both cars into the top 10 today, although we won't take anything for granted. There's still Massa to come through. He goes a bit quicker, as does Sainz, and yeah, but I think Ocon's safe. I know he's only a 10th clear, but I don't really see anyone below that's going to go above Ocon, so we are just going to save the tyres and hope that Ocon has indeed done enough. And yeah, we'll see how that does. Yeah. We'll have to keep an eye on Palmer. I think Palmer's the biggest threat to Ocon, maybe Alonso, but we know that McLaren are pretty slow in a straight line, and around here you would expect you have to be good in a straight line. Let's keep an eye on Grosjean. He's currently lighting up the timing sheets. And obviously we know he can put in a brilliant lap. He's gone 2 personal bests so far in this lap. He's coming around the final corner and he goes 12th, so just ahead of Ocon. That could be crucial. Where's Palmer going to fit in? He goes 13th, just ahead of Ocon as well. What about Ericsson? What's he going to do? He's gone above Ocon as well. Everybody only just, so they're punishing us here. Van Dorn's going to go through, isn't he? Here comes Stoffel Van Dorn. Is he going to put him out? He isn't. And I think Ocon has just made it through. I wipe my brow and exhale greatly. But Lewis Hamilton, top of the pile once again, which is what you'd expect. Lewis Hamilton has been terrific this season so far, and he's leading the pack by an absolute mile. I mean, his race pace especially has been very consistent. But going out in Q1, we've got Daniel Kvyat, which is quite poor, with Sainz up in 10th. We've got Van Dorn and Alonso. Van Dorn actually out-qualifying Alonso as well, which is interesting. Verline and Magnussen. So let's get into Q2. I was very tempted to simulate it there, but nah. I quite enjoy qualifying, and it's quite quick to do as well. It's not time consuming. So Ocon will send out straight away this time on the super soft tyres, and then we'll send Perez shortly after him and put them both on auto. And there we go. So keep an eye out on Ocon this time, and hopefully he'll be able to get through to the top 10, but it's been a long time since he's done it, so we'll just have to see. We will just have to see. He's got his car in decent ranges. The tyre temperatures especially are okay. Brake temperature's a little hot, but you know, I think we'll settle for that. So Ocon comes out ahead of the Mercedes. Is it the Mercedes car? No, I think it's a Williams actually. So, you know, they're a rival. Ocon currently half a second off Hamilton. That's not too bad. Perez only 2/10 off Hamilton. Now, what about the second sector? Is it going to be over a second? It is 1.1 seconds He's off. He needs to come through and not lose too much time. Here he comes, Esteban Ocon, and he does a 1:36.1. That's a better lap. What about Perez? He goes with a 1:35 flat, so he's 1.1 seconds quicker than Ocon. But Ocon has improved by a couple of tenths of a second. But Perez is definitely mixing it with these big boys up here, and doing very, very well for himself. Ricciardo's probably going to go quicker. He is. Verstappen is probably going to go quicker as well. He goes in 7th. Massa maybe, yeah, he's into the top 10. What about Sainz? He could go 11th. So Ocon just off at the moment. Perez is safe easily. So we'll send Ocon out again and see what he can do. See if he can pull it off. He only needs another couple of tenths of a second, but he's already pulled out 2 tenths of a second on his best time, so it could be quite a challenge. But we'll just have to see. Yeah, just checking things are recording. I did have a bit of an issue with that earlier on today. Perez wants to do another flying lap, but we're just not going to waste the tyres. You know, he's in 6th place. He's looking good. There's no need to send him out. So here comes Ocon coming through now. Yeah, goes up the hill and comes up to the first sector, and he has gone a tenth quicker than his previous personal best, which is brilliant. Let's see what his second sector split is. He's coming round now. What's it going to be? Slightly slower. It's all going to be down to this third sector. What can he do? Can he improve? Esteban Ocon, here he comes round the final corner. Esteban Ocon goes through, and a lot slower. And that's it. Grosjean's gone a bit quicker as well, so we're displaced down to 13th. Ocon out once again in Q2. Just not good enough. Ericsson might improve, but I don't think he's going to improve by enough on them soft tyres. Guess we'll keep an eye on him. He's come through. Slight improvement, but not enough to move up any positions. Stroll was looking good, but didn't finish off the lap brilliantly. But Perez up in 6th position yet again, just dragging that car into the top 10, and keeps his record going for the moment. But pole position once again in that session goes to Lewis Hamilton, a 1:34.5, looking very, very good indeed. And Sergio Perez will be the man that we send out very, very early in Q3 and see whereabouts he can get to. So here we go, I'll send him out straight away. And he's away. So Sergio Perez, can you find another couple of tenths of a second to really mix it with the front boys, or will you struggle in this session? He should finish top 6, if not 7th. You know, I mean, top 6 are very close in terms of lap time, so he could easily get into the mix, but yeah, he's not gonna take pole position, you wouldn't have thought, but hopefully he can manage to put in a good lap and acquit himself well. He is stuck behind a Williams here though, and Williams do like to use tyres, and we're only 3 tenths off Hamilton at the moment. Comes down the inside of whoever that is, Stroll or Massa. We're only 2 tenths off through the second sector as well. I don't know where we found this pace, but here comes Sergio Perez. What's he going to do? A 1:35.1. What's Hamilton going to do? He goes 1:34.5 once again with 0.6 off the pace. Vettel goes very close in second place. Bottas is going to go third. Raikkonen fourth. What about Ricciardo? He's probably going to go fifth. Ricciardo coming through now. Oh, he only goes sixth. Stroll goes seventh. Verstappen, where's he going to fit into all this? He goes seventh, and Massa on the used set of soft tyres goes ninth. So currently fifth with Sergio Perez, which is a good result. We're going to send him out there again though, and just see what he can do. With clean air, the best grip of the weekend, fresh set of boots, and just go out there and put in the best lap, please. But I was getting very excited through Sector 1 and Sector 2 when he was only sort of 0.3 off Hamilton, but he did lose out a bit in the final sector. So then, Perez coming round the final few corners of Sector 3. Here he comes round the last corner, and he comes through, and there we go. This is the lap. He's got to pull it off now. What's his Sector 1 time going to be? Slight improvement, less than 0.2 off Hamilton's best time so far. What about Sector 2? He's coming around the twisty turny section now. He's got a couple of Williams cars up ahead. Let's have a look. Slightly slower, but still only 0.3 off. I think it's a 10th off his personal best, but if he can improve his third sector time, this could be a good lap. Here he comes then, Sergio Perez. What's he going to do? He does go quicker, but can't quite do enough to get up into third. It's fifth place for the moment, but you'd expect sort of Ricciardo and maybe Verstappen to go a little bit quicker. We'll keep an eye on Max Verstappen right now. Ricciardo not improving as it stands. Massa is improving, and I don't know where he's going to quite slot in. Ahead of his teammate in 8th. Here's Verstappen. What's he going to do? He just stays 7th. It's an improvement. Ricciardo's gone quicker. But Kimi Raikkonen on pole position. He's pipped Lewis Hamilton at the end there. Kimi Raikkonen a 1:34.5 right at the death means that he takes pole position. That's a surprise. That is a surprise. So there's your top 10 once it comes up. Kimi Raikkonen on pole, Lewis Hamilton in second, Vettel third, Bottas fourth, Ricciardo throwing in a brilliant lap at the death there for 5th place. Let's get into the race then and see exactly how we're going to do. We start 6th with Perez, which is a good starting position really. Can't really complain. Yeah, I guess we're going to go on to the medium tyres at some point. So, you know, put Ocon on to the medium tyres early on. So how many laps is it? I really don't know. We'll just push and push. Yeah, that's your grid. Let's get into it. 16 laps this Grand Prix. We'll put auto, 5 red lights. Lights out, away we go. Perez off to a good start, but look at the Williams behind, off to an even better start. Very short run down into turn 1, and Perez now having to contend with the Williams going through the first few corners. He's having a look now down the inside, and he goes down the inside of Daniel Ricciardo and Kimi Raikkonen, the pole sitter, down to 5th place now. What a poor start for Kimi Raikkonen, and I think we're going to just push a little bit more with Perez, try and perhaps get past Sebastian Vettel on this first lap, although Kimi Raikkonen is hounding the back of our Force India now. But Perez getting right up in the face of Bottas now. Vettel takes the lead of the Grand Prix. Perez holding off Kimi Raikkonen for now, but it's going to be tough. Obviously Kimi Raikkonen was the fastest around 1 lap here. I'm going to go up to 2. We'll just keep pushing for now. See exactly where we can get to. It's closing in on the Mercedes cars ahead. Obviously the engine partners. Ocon down to 18th, by the way. Really disappointing start for him. And he's going to have to hope strategy plays into his hands. We're still pushing on the two Mercedes cars, and Perez goes round the inside of Bottas. Can't quite make it stick. He's still sticking with Kimi Räikkönen though. I'm going to drop back to high and high here, because we have got a bit of clean air. Just need to sort of hold off Kimi Räikkönen through these next few corners. But I am very, very happy with how we're doing so far. In 4th place with Sergio Perez. We're going to go medium now. And let's keep an eye, although having said that, I think Perez is coming up on Valtteri Bottas. Is he going to be able to make a move? Maybe not just yet. Here he comes. Is he coming? Not quite. Let's keep an eye on Ocon. He's just moved into 17th place, but yeah, again, just not performed to the level we would expect. You know, he had that brilliant race a few races ago where we said, right then, this is where he has to build upon this result and get better and better. But I mean, he's asking to attack a bit more. Permission granted. Perez still in 4th place, hanging on to the coattails of the leaders at the moment, which is good. I think we might pit him this lap. Try and get a bit of an undercut. So here comes Sergio Perez into the pits. He's away. It was a decent pit stop, not the best, but decent. We've got Ocon ahead. Going to tell him to allow Perez through when Perez comes up to him. Oh, Perez locked up a little bit, but he should be okay. He's holding off Kevin Magnussen. So Perez has to look after these medium tyres. They could last till the end of the Grand Prix, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Esteban Ocon currently pushing on Stoffel Van Dorn. Perez is ahead of Massa and, well, just Massa, who's pitted. The main ones we're looking out for is the likes of Vettel and Hamilton. It could be quite close. Could definitely be quite close. Ocon now into 11th position. Perez catching up. And we don't want to get stuck in this traffic. Yeah. Yeah, Ocon's going to have to let Perez through, and he does. That's very, very kind of him. A good fight there with Esteban. Some nice racing. Yeah, he just let you through, mate. Yeah, the people ahead are just staying out on those soft tyres. Surely they're losing time, though. Surely. But Perez needs to get back past these Saubers. Oh, we've just been overtaken by who was that? That was Felipe Massa. So Perez coming through now. People are stopping, and well, that was close. That was close. Yeah, I think Perez needs to attack a bit more. He's obviously struggling just a little bit. We'll keep an eye on him. Needs to try and get past Verline. He's compromising our race at the moment. But we're well ahead of the likes of Bottas and Hamilton and Vettel, who are well down the field. So we could be in with a chance here of doing something very special. But Perez has got to, you know, speed up a bit. We're behind Sainz now, who's on the super soft tyres, so could easily go and put in some good laps now and get a bit of a gap. Ericsson currently leading the race, which is pretty crazy. We're going to have to bring in Ocon this lap. Now put him onto the soft tyres. We've just kind of forgot about Ocon this race. He hasn't really done a lot. I mean, Perez has already stopped and has been behind him and overtook him again. Perez struggling to keep Max Verstappen behind, Ocon in and away. Yeah, Sainz Jr. could actually win this Grand Prix. It looks like it's going to be Daniel Ricciardo at the moment. Van Dorn's still to pit. But Sainz maybe won't have to pit again. Let's have a look at where Ocon is on the track. He's still 17th. He's ahead of both of the Ferraris. I don't know what's happened to them. I assume some sort of part failure, and they had to fix it in the pits. But yeah, poor from Ferrari this race. Hamilton down in 13th, the championship leader. So most definitely, people are underperforming today. I think we're going to have to go medium with Perez now. We don't want to push those tyres too much. We're right behind Stoffel Van Dorn. Hopefully he's coming into the pits in the next couple of laps. But he's done well to take his tyres this far. Here he comes then. Perez on Stoffel Van Dorn. Surely he's going to get him up the hill. Maybe down round the outside. This is a big chance. Oh dear. Oh, his engine's going to blow up again. That's really not good, actually. Perez has been overtaken by Verstappen. And he's been overtaken by Bottas. He has damaged his front wing, which means he must be going a little bit slower. Missed opportunity maybe, but Sainz Jr. currently in second and could definitely win this Grand Prix. He's catching up to Daniel Ricciardo. Let's keep an eye on proceedings there. So he is going much quicker than Daniel Ricciardo at the moment, but are his tyres going to last, or are they going to run out? Here he comes through the final turn, and looks like he's made up a second on either Massa or Ricciardo, can't really tell. Yeah, I think Ocon's going to be out. Yeah, he's smoking. I guess we're just going to have to retire the car. We could pit him this lap, I guess. Is it really worth it? He's lost his front wing. I don't quite know what's happened there. Okay. We'll go fast. Why not? Might as well risk it. So Perez currently in 6th. He's kept his position from the start of the race. He's going to have to conserve his tyres now though. I've got Lance Stroll right in behind him, and then Ericsson not too far behind him, but he should be able to stay in front of Ericsson for the rest of this Grand Prix. Yeah, what a crazy race. We were ahead of Massa at some point, so we could have possibly had a podium here, but we are going to have to settle for some good points. Both Ferraris outside the points. That's terrible for them. Oh dear. Well, his front wing is off. Perez now much slower, and he's losing time. But hopefully he can survive till the end of the race. I'm going to put him on overtake. See if that can counteract it. On almost out of the race, you would say. He's down in 20th position, so yeah, not good. Perez has actually lapped Esteban Ocon. That's quite funny. Is he going to manage to stay ahead of Marcus Ericsson? It looks like he is just about going to do it. Perez finishes in 6th. And yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. 6th place is a good result, but you know, seeing Sainz up in 2nd, Massa up in 3rd, I feel like we could have done just a little bit better. And a bit of a missed opportunity today, but Daniel Ricciardo is the race winner, and he'll close the gap on Lewis Hamilton at the top of the standings. Ocon finishing down in 20th, but he did have a few part failures, but even so he wasn't running terrifically well in the race. So I think we're going to have to just think of the possibility of looking at a new driver for next season. Sergio Perez is up to 5th in the driver standards now. He's overtook Hülkenberg, Verstappen and Vettel. No, Verstappen's moved up as well, so big battle for 5th in the drivers. Don't think Perez is going to have enough to get over the line in that one, but we are still 4th in the constructors. And yeah, I think we can be overall satisfied with the Belgian Grand Prix. We'll see if there's any notices for us. Might be the summer break now, so we might get a little bit of a break to maybe improve the car. Well, there you go. Here's the driver stats. Perez now a fully fledged 4-star driver. His stats are improving every time he gets on to the racetrack. Ocon just not good enough recently. Got some more money though, which is good, so we're very much in the green now. There's that. The suspension's built. And yeah, we've got 17 days until the next Grand Prix. And then a good 2-week break after that before Singapore. So that is going to be the end of that. We have got an interview to go. There's the suspension. Looks like it's a little bit better. It's certainly more reliable, so that's good. What's your analysis? What's this? Oh. Hamilton apparently wants to join Force India. I'm sure that happened early in the season. Anyway, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. Make sure you do leave that like down below if you did. It honestly means the world to me and helps the channel out a lot as well. And yeah, hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching and goodbye.